nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And we're so glad that you have joined us for this show. And wherever way you might be listening, whether you're grabbing us on YouTube or Twitch, or you've possibly downloaded the podcast, maybe you're listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. Thank you for taking the time to join with us. We have a very fun show for you this evening. We're excited to have our guest here, which you all know because you've read the title, and we are going to have some great conversation with that. Let's bring in the regular gang to starting with one super fan. Mike,
how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you, man?
No bad. It's been a couple of weeks.
It has been, it's we gotta it's hard. It goes a couple of weeks. You're like, it goes by fast and then slow. And then, but you're realizing we're getting so much closer. Like,
absolutely.
It's only 46 days, my friend.
46 days. Loving it.
I know, right? It's very, very exciting. Where's our other one? Oh, there she is. It's Commissioner Kayla. How are you, Commish?
I'm good. I'm all right. Yeah.
It's not believable at all. Can you try that again?
I'm sorry. This lighting has me just like. Rah.
Oh, it looks better now.
Does it? Okay, good.
Yeah, it looks better.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I am good. I am good.
Okay. Excellent. Well, that was slightly more convincing. I will take that for now.
I have a delicious tea, so that does help. Thank you, Leanne.
I have a delicious beer. That does help as
well.
Oh,
yeah. Staycation? Or no, the daycation.
Yes, staycation. Yummy.
Did you go there recently?
No, I still had a couple left from when Travis got me some, so I'm still enjoying that. So thank you again, Travis. Before we forget and before we bring in our guest, remember to add your comments and questions on whatever platform you are watching, and we will get to some of those as we go through the conversation this evening. Also, check out zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop to get great things, much like Kayla is wearing in that wonderful crew, or this one that is also fun about, footballs hitting faces. It's wonderful. And we will have some new items coming very, very soon. I know I've teased it a couple of times, but you will see something new before long. And we have a little slight reveal later on in the show, so hang around for that as we talk. Well, you'll see what I mean. All right, let's bring in our guest, because I am very excited to have him on the show. A 9-year Edmonton veteran, 2017 CFL All-Star and 2015 Grey Cup champion. Welcome to the show, Matt O'Donnell. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for being on, everybody. This is, first time being on the show, but I watched a couple episodes last year and super stoked to be here.
That's awesome. And I noticed you were doing the woos as the intro went, so that's good. That's very exciting. Means you're part of the group now, because we all do it every time it woos, and then we all laugh whenever Kayla's picture comes up for the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
So very glad to have you here, Matt. It's like I said, it's been much too long. You were here for 9 years and we didn't get a chance to talk to you until now, but you've taken up a big role with the EE Alumni, and one of the reasons that we wanted to have you on here is to know what is your role, and tell us a little bit about the upcoming Wine Fest.
Well, a couple guys from my era, the old 2015 Grey Cup team, myself, Andrew Jones, Justin Sorensen, Eddie Steele, we all thought we'd give back to the community more, get more involved. So we joined the alumni board of directors. There's about 15 of us, and we do these charity fundraisers every year. Last year we brought back the Jackie Parker Golf Tournament. We run the Wine Fest every year. We're on the 31st annual coming up here May 3rd. get your tickets online. It's going to be a great time. Just want to get back to the community more, stay involved with the team, loving the direction they're going, and just trying to keep the finger on the pulse in the community.
And the website to get your tickets is right on the screen there, eefootballalumni.ca. It's also in the descriptions of the podcast and on YouTube. If you want to click there and go get your tickets, please do, because it's always a great time. So
Great time every year.
Absolutely. You're up, Mike.
All right. So we always love to sort of get to know players going as far back as we can. So let's go back to when you were a littler guy. Who introduced you to football, and when did you start playing?
Growing up, 2 older brothers. My parents were very athletic. Sports is either you're playing sports or you're working, and I was like, I think I'd rather play sports.
Yeah.
So you played a sport in every semester at school and high school. I actually played hockey mostly as a kid. 2 older brothers played football. Eventually, flipped teams. I think it kind of worked out for the better. Not too many 6'11" hockey players. I shot her by about 2 inches, so there's that. I actually did an eye test with him at one of the hockey games when we won the Grey Cup in 2015. We were backstage guest appearance on the ice there with the Grey Cup, and even on skates, I was just about the same height as him. So
that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Okay, I have to ask this question because this is just as an aside, but I'll forget if I don't ask it right now. So you have this wine fest. Have you ever considered also doing a whiskey one? Just saying.
We have. It's come up just about every single board meeting we have. But I'll give you, if it ever happens, we'll give Commish credit here for bringing it up, because those were top secret talks. No one else was allowed to hear. But we find running 2 events every year, it gets pretty busy, especially when people got work and families and everything else going on. But no, I'd definitely be down for a whiskey festival for sure.
I was just feeling it. I was feeling it in the air. I had to get super. Okay, let's get a little bit more.
It's not because you would be like the first in line to buy tickets or nothing. No, that would, okay.
Heavens, no, don't look over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so you went to Queens and were one of 2 of you sport players that went to the East-West Shrine Bowl. So tell us a little bit how that experience was for you.
It's very eye-opening. You go down there, it's a short week, you're handed a playbook, you're in physical testing right away, one-on-ones, team meetings. Hey, there's a meeting, you gotta go sign a couple hundred footballs for the kids in the community, and then we're also going to go with the Shriners to go to the Children's Hospital, which is what the game was founded upon. Love doing that, love giving back, seeing the kids smiling. Quick little 4-day, like everyone's watching you every second of the day. When you go to the bathroom, how are you taking notes? How are you in front of the camera? How are you at every single event? People are throwing up reviews. I remember one that said, he's a big, tall, strong dude, but he's got slow feet. And I was like, well, if it isn't still true to this day, but it was a lot of fun and definitely unique, just being one of the 2 Canadians that went down there, and they've continued that trend. And I think they might have opened it up to even more players recently.
Yeah, it seems there's more going down. It's got to feel like a 4-day interview, though.
Yeah, 100%. Like your teams are asking you, you just get pulled aside after a meeting in between, transitioning the bus, or, this team wants to talk to you, that team wants to talk to you. Someone's coming over, taking like a measurement of you, like height and hand size. And it's the strangest thing, but it's like the combine, they call it a meat market. You're just there to be appraised like cattle, I guess.
Yeah.
And does it move, or is it always in one place?
I believe it's always in Orlando, because that's where the Shriners Hospital is. Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, shortly after that, you were drafted to the wrong shade of green, which I respect the fact that you decided to wait on that because you had a shot at basketball. So tell us a little bit about how that kind of came to be, because that's cool.
Yeah. Well, it was obviously, when you're coming out from college to pro football, and of course, that's the year they decided to have the NFL lockout, and you're like, oh, this couldn't have happened on any other year. It had to happen on my year. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm also 6'11", and I only move somewhat slow, not fully slow. So they might be able to in basketball. My agent at the time, Mr. Hardaway, he had connections for players in NFL, CFL, but also in basketball. So he marketed me based on my pro day, my numbers, my height, weight, etc. And we had some pro tryouts. So I got to try out with the Raptors and the Celtics. And I was scheduled to go down to a tryout with the Heat actually until the NFL lockout ended like that. Had a contract with the Bengals the next day, and I was on a flight the day after that. So almost went 3 for 3.
Wow,
Dang.
that's cool. So what was that like though, going to, like, you're doing all this work for football, but now you're okay, I'm doing a tryout in basketball. Like, it's got to be like just kind of mind trippy to have to switch like that.
Yeah, you just got to stay agile, right? Like, you kind of roll with the punches. You're not used to, you'd be changing with the times, and the times change you. So, yeah, you just try to stay prepared. Luckily, I was able to just train either in the U.S. or in Canada. I had a number of good spots I could bounce between. A very supportive family. Could have done it without them, but yeah, it was definitely, you're like, okay, you're in West Virginia. Okay, now you're going to Boston. Now you're back in Kingston. Then you're in Toronto, and oh, we're going to go to Miami next week. Oh no, wait, you're going to Cincinnati now. Like, it was a whirlwind of anything.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
awesome. So in 2012, Edmonton traded receiver Greg Carr for you. Then you joined the team in September. What was it like walking into the room that first time?
Well, I got to say, Saskatchewan definitely fleeced the Edmonton team that year. I can't believe it. The haul they got for me, that might have been one of the best trades ever for them.
Certainly up there.
Yeah. Yeah, just went in. Kind of joined halfway through the year. I remember they just played a game in Hamilton. They were coming back. They were on like a 500 team, middle of the pack. A mix between like a super young locker room and like a veteran locker room. Yeah, just tried to get in where I could fit in, earn a spot, get some playing time, and adjust to the CFL game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. That was, yeah,
unplanned. Well done.
I'm very unplanned. So like you were saying, in 2015, you had a bit of a break, went to Cincinnati, could have done better, but we won't blame you too much for it there. They sucked in back then anyway. But came back to be a part of the Grey Cup win with the S. What do you remember most from that moment when you guys won and lifted that trophy?
Definitely felt surreal. I still got some memories of that game where it's like, I think I want to say like 2nd and 6 or something like that. And I just had a thought before the play, like, just, don't stop pushing, don't stop running your feet. And then I remember the ball just ran up like right beside me and just pushing that pile. And like, I've only had that like premonition thought like 3 or 4 times in my career, like, hey, don't quit on the play. Just keep going. Something will happen. And then like, surreal that it kind of happened like that. Looking back, we ended up getting the first down, kneeling it out. And then after that, it was just celebration, seeing all the friends and family, the confetti, the Grey Cup. I still got my 2015. That's the Grey Cup helmet behind me. I got the whole team to sign it. So it's proudly my display case. I got a football from every year I played, but I told myself, every Grey Cup we win, we'll get a helmet. So I got one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a start.
Hey, you still have one. Like, that's the thing. There's other guys that would never have one helmet, so you have one, and we're a big part of the finishing run of that team, because literally a big part, but also because it just helped that the dominance of that running game and giving Michael time to pass it, right? So I think you played a huge role in that. So that's. You should have that helmet proudly. That's amazing.
Do you have everybody on there? Sorry, Andrew. Do you have everybody's signature on there?
Probably just about. I have to go through and review it. But yeah, after we got back from the Grey Cup, I think it was like we had meetings Tuesday and Wednesday that week, and everyone's taking stuff, signing around, and there's the entire team was there. So I'd have to go through number by number, but there's probably at least 40 or 50 signatures on there.
That's such awesome. A great idea.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, you stayed through some tough times here, and you became a huge part of the community that the Elks have done. And you talked a little bit about going to the hospital with the Shriners and doing those types of things. But what was it like being in the community here as a player?
Well, it's it was a community-owned team. Obviously, now we have private ownership, which is good in its own right. But when you're that blue collar city, community owned, it's all about giving back. I remember going to football games all across Canada as a kid, and you're trying to catch the football in the stands. You're trying to get the autograph. You're trying to meet the players. And I always kind of told myself, like, if you get to this stage, continue the cycle. So signing autographs, taking pictures, seeing people, being, a good pillar in the community, and just trying to use the platform for positivity.
That's fantastic. All right. So I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up because I have someone here at home that would never forgive me. Gonna need some video for this.
Here we go.
Funny.
Funny.
First of all, break down the clip. My stance is too wide. I'm out leveraged. I'm beside my shoulder. I'm bending at the waist. Sorry, you want to show the clip. Sorry, I thought I was critiquing you.
No, that's good.
He's trying to recruit there, but you're an O-line with that size. You take one shot at this, right on the sideline. You take one shot at a hit. If you get lucky and make contact, you do. And this is square on Diamond Ferry. Just leans into it. And
Yeah.
It's better from this angle.
Yeah.
Well, they say he's still lying on that field.
Ouch.
Yeah. So what was it like after years and years of being the guy that blocks to being the guy that makes that tackle?
You learn pretty quick as an offensive lineman, if you're not out there hunting, you're getting hunted, and you might as well go make a play, right? Like some guys will kind of take the play off, maybe play deep safety. I go hunting because I've had some guys, in high school and college that try to cheap shot you, take you out, and you learn pretty quickly. Like if you don't go out there with a mindset, they're going to get after you.
Got to keep your head on a swivel.
That clip has some of the best YouTube comments I have ever seen.
Oh my goodness.
The first one is props to him managing to hold on to the ball even when he died. Trainer, how many fingers am I holding up? Player July. And like it's so much. I like how all his teammates were celebrating and giving his unconscious corpse props. Like just some outstanding comments. But that hit, as soon as you said you'd be on, I'm like, oh, I got to get that clip because that was so much fun to watch. Yeah.
It's been used a lot lately in my career, and like even guys in the NFL saw it. Guys I played with when I was first down the Bengals in 2011, 2012, and then 2015. And even now, like I'll get guys text me like, "Oh, this came up across my feed, or it's trending, or whatever." I don't have too much social media, so I don't really know what's trending these days. But apparently, it's not swollen ankles and a back problem. But with that clip every couple of months, and you're like, I do remember that hit, but also remember we were getting our butt whooped that day. So
yeah,
bittersweet.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know what's more impressive. Sorry, Matt.
I was going to say, it was good for a couple of 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalties every time we played Saskatchewan the next couple of years. So
yeah,
it paid off.
I mean, that hit was really impressive, but you have to take ownership of that stance, like you were saying. Like, that's pretty impressive, too. Come on.
You can't turn the shoulders when you're passing a twist. You can't get leaned over your knees like, it's just the critique.
You live and learn. So you have played with Ed Hervey, obviously. What are your thoughts on the moves that they've made so far on this team?
Love it so far. They brought back a good buddy of mine and someone I think is one of the best O-line in the league, David Beard, hometown guy. Everyone was kind of pissed and wondering why he got traded. So we're glad that wrong's been righted. Jake Serezna, you want to talk about winning, you win in the trenches. Jake's probably the hardest working guy I've ever seen in the football field.
Wow.
Never seen a guy like that move that quickly, running stairs and doing it of his own free will. Usually there's someone behind you with a weapon or running away from something. But he actually just got married this past weekend. So big shout out to Jake and lovely new bride. We should actually be hoping to see them and Mr. and Mrs. Beard at Wine Fest May 3rd, 2 to 5 p.m. Just saying.
Awesome. Nice. That was wait a second. Where's my there it is. That was outstanding. That was very well done.
Great.
Slipped it right in there. It's fantastic. No, and that's good. I'm glad that it's nice to hear your side of it just because obviously when there's change and there's a lot of different people coming in and out, a lot of different fan emotions, right? you lose guys that you really like, and you see guys coming in that you're excited about, but it's kind of nice having the perspective of a guy who played with a bunch of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now especially seeing some of them. Well, good to have a lot of these guys come back, but now also seeing guys you broke sweat with and spilled blood with and won a championship with are now in the coaching ranks. You're like, man, this is kind of surreal. Like I never quite saw myself going into coaching just because traveling and you're moving around a lot. You never know where you're going to be here or there. And now seeing these guys come back, you're like, man, like this is surreal. It's pretty sweet.
There you go. Would you ever want to coach at some point, or maybe not?
I coach for fun. Like if anyone ever asks me, I'll go out and help guest coach and stuff like that. But between work, alumni stuff, little kids, I want to make sure that I'm using my time effectively. And maybe when they're older and they're sick of dad and they're like, okay, go get a hobby, I'll go, go coach them.
That sounds about right. Super fan, are there some questions in the fan chat that we
do have a few.
All right.
Let's start off the top. Starting hot. Carlene Godwin. So,
oh, wow.
Kobe's not in. Carlene's writing it out there. So, How was the transition from high school to university football? My son is heading to U of A Golden Bears this fall.
Ooh, congrats.
Yes.
Way to go, Blake.
Yeah, congratulations. Great school and a great program. The transition is, you might have been the guy at your high school. You might have been the 2-3 year starter award winner, but now you're going to a place where, you're maybe 18 years old, stepping on the field with guys who are 22, 23. They've been playing there for 4 or 5 years in the same program. You get a whole new playbook to learn, a whole new atmosphere. So just, embracing that grind mindset. Don't expect the world when you first step on campus, and also make sure you take care of yourself academically.
That is awesome advice.
Ooh, good advice. I love it. Yes.
For sure. Leanne wants to know, at 6'11", how many off-field concussions has Matt had from running into low overheads or doorways?
None that I can remember.
Well played.
No, I definitely, the door hinges get me from time to time. I got a really bad one, actually, when we were playing in Montreal. I don't know, maybe because it's just older architecture, stuff like that, built for shorter people back in, the 1900s. But I definitely took a door hinge and gashed the side of my head pretty bad when I was bleeding. You just ever since then, you just methodically just do it. Even if you're fluids, you just bounce a little bit entering the room.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I wonder if you ever do that in dreams, though. When you're dreaming, you have to do this when you're going through a doorway.
All right. So our friend Blake wants to know, do you have the Grey Cup ring ready, or is it locked away?
It's locked away. We got a safe where we kind of keep our important documents, passports.
Nice.
I got the Grey Cup ring. I got the 09 Vanier Cup ring from Queen's University.
Awesome.
Important documents, stuff like that. So we just got to keep it in there. You bring it out for weddings and special occasions and stuff like that. But it's supposed to be just a treat, a reminder of the good times.
I've seen a few at the wine fests too, so should be good. And
when you wear that out, though, do people go "Whoa"? That's kind of a big deal, and it's not like a small little thing. You pick up on it. Do you get people kind of noticing?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a pretty big ring, and I think when I got sized for it, my fingers are a bit smaller now. They're not as broken all the time, but I think they're size 16. The only one who beat me, I think, was Sorensen with a 16.5 size ring, but his fingers go sideways. So kudos.
But
no, we love to share it with everybody. We do signing events, anything like that. You take it out, let them hold it, take pictures. It's a community team. They're part of it too. That's why when I won the Grey Cup in 15, I took it out in the stands and let the people see it and touch it and take pictures with it because it was for everybody, right?
That's awesome.
So cool.
Heck, Poitier has his ring box he always brings everywhere and shows off all the rings. Blake has one more question. What's the oddest football interview question Matt ever had in his career?
Oddest football. Usually you tend to forget the strange ones, but you might have me stumped there. Usually they want to talk about, who you're playing that week or what happened last week or what was so good about it or maybe what your pregame meal is. But, I'd have to think about that one. The oddest football interview question. This might be one of them, actually. But
That's fair.
Very fair.
All right. And Leanne just wants to make sure she heard what she heard. Credenza just got married. Autocorrect loves her.
Jake Ceresna, he just got married over the weekend there. He said he's got some pictures up on social media. So, And it's always tough. Life of a football player, you try to get engaged and married, working around, the 6 months of the CFL schedule. And sometimes it doesn't always work with the best dates that maybe the bride-to-be wants or the family's hoping for. But you can always just get married at the stadium like some crazy people.
That's true.
Like
We've known a few.
Or propose at the stadium. Wasn't that who?
That was the Eberts.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that they got married and proposed there.
Yeah.
But there was a player. Where did you propose, Matt?
No, Justin proposed.
Justin. There you go.
But I actually did have my legal marriage ceremony in the alumni room because we did a destination wedding. So for legal documentation and a small ceremony, we actually had our marriage in the alumni room. So
cool.
Always in one.
I think Matt Dunnigan did too.
Yeah.
Back like 40 years ago.
Back when he wasn't Santa Claus. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. A couple more questions here. Big Fan 2019 wants to know what is the favorite stadium to play in? I mean, aside from Commonwealth, what would be your favorite?
Yeah. So we'll obviously credit it that way. Commonwealth always first, but on the road, love playing in BC. I got a lot of family there. Montreal is gorgeous too. The food's also amazing. I don't know if you could tell I'm biased towards that, but
wait, an O lineman likes food? You don't say.
That never happens.
Yeah. I guess I should say the favorite city. Yeah, probably be BC or Montreal, but yeah, their stadium in Montreal is no bueno, I believe. So favorite stadium, Winnipeg. It was the toughest challenge. The stadium was designed really well to amplify sound. It was built right upon you. The fans are almost as rabid and hardcore as Edmonton fans, and they let you hear it. So you love a good challenge, and you go in there playing a great defensive team. The way they rounded out their last couple of years before I retired, it was always one you're like, circle it, stamp it, like you got to bring your A game.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever get to jeered from the fans there? Like I hear that their fans behind the bench are pretty.
They're not shy.
They're not shy. Exactly. Did you ever get into it with a fan, or actually turn and go, that was actually a good one?
Usually you just don't engage. Like the ones who, when you engage them, they just say it more. But if you just ignore them, they kind of, wear themselves out. One time, one of the guys said, it looks like I was on steroids. And I was like, I mean, I have been working out. So, Stop.
Nice.
All right, let's get a couple more here. Carlene back wants to know, where do you buy your shoes? Her son Blake is wearing size 16. Cleats are okay, but everyday shoes?
Yeah, you're looking. It's I got lucky. The team gave me a pair of shoes or two every year, so thanks to the equipment guys. But I'm still surviving on some of those. When you go down to the States, if you ever go down to the States, you got to load up when you can. Sometimes you can find stuff online. I got a good buddy of mine, Tommy Draheim. He'll send me some stuff from California. Big shout out to Tommy. Miss you, brother. Miss playing with you, but he'll send me some stuff now and again under the guise of birthday presents or Christmas presents to avoid those pesky tariffs and stuff. Just to keep the 16s rolling.
That's awesome. All right, maybe just one more here.
Goodness. Yeah. All right. One
All
more.
right. Leanne wants to say, here comes an odd question. How many female stalkers has he had? Because me, yeah.
Oh my God.
And to follow that up, Cliffy says, Leanne's question is now the clubhouse leader for oddest question.
Yes, probably.
Well, yeah, I don't think offensive line had too many stalkers. We're not exactly the ones that, make the girls swoon or anything like that. But, much like, being interviewed by you guys, it just doesn't happen because O-line, we're not important. We're just,
here we go.
We're usually just, somewhere in the back, smiling. So not too many stalkers.
We've had about 4 or 5 O-linemen on there. We've had Justin on.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we've had Justin. We had Eddie Steele. He was both. I mean,
that's true.
Kind of, we can kind of
Blake Dermott.
There you go. See, we got some O-line. All right, let's get you with a couple of quick hits for things that aren't totally related to football. What do you like to do when you're not watching football?
Not watching football. Really busy with my kids. We take them everywhere. We do everything. They're 2 and 5, and they're the size of a 4 and 7 year old. Lovely little terrors, but taekwondo, swimming lessons, gymnastics. We're looking at ballet as well. We got the alumni stuff here. I suck at golf pretty badly. I don't usually go that often. But when the sun's out, I'm usually outside as much as possible. And then obviously, where everyone's stuck in the 40-hour work week too.
That's awesome. So you talked about food, loving the stuff in Montreal, but when you're in Edmonton, what's your favorite restaurant?
All right. If I don't say Papa, my wife's probably going to end me because she's from Brazil and Brazilian steakhouses are top tier.
Yeah.
This was always a big debate in the locker room. So we usually have to break it up by like categories of like, okay, Italian, pizza, steak, Chinese, Japanese, Mexican. So it was very hotly contested. So we eventually just started going with the best of that certain section.
Nice.
Fair.
That's fair.
Very fair. All right. Then Italian.
Italian? Well, besides going to Italian bakery for one of the giant sandwiches.
Yes.
The heavy hitters, if you will. We went to, there's a place downtown. It was a tiny little house.
Violino's.
Violino, that's right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I went there a couple weeks ago with my wife. That's probably our favorite. Their arancini is quite spectacular.
Yes.
It's definitely unique when you go into a restaurant and you're like, this was someone's house.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's a French house like right across the parking lot that is the same thing. It's like a French restaurant. But Violino's is unbelievable.
Is that 124th High Street?
Yeah, just off of 124th.
Okay. Yeah. All right. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
Well, like I said, my wife's from Brazil, so we're going to Brazil in April here for about 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I've been to Europe a little bit. Obviously South America. I'd love to go to like Australia. The accents for one.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to go there for that? I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, the weather, the surfing. I've had some family go there for work and leisure, and that just kind of is next on my desired travel list.
Looks super chill.
Yeah.
Nice. Except for all the things that could kill you. It's great.
Yeah. That's why you got to be chill. Because you're on the inside, you're screaming all the time.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Everything's venomous.
Or large.
Yeah.
Or slithers. Not good. Not all bad things. What kind of music do you like, and do you have a bucket list concert?
All right. Shameless plug number 2. Bucket list concert. Morgan Wallen coming here in the summer.
Oh.
And guess who has tickets at the silent auction of Wine Fest?
Oh.
Hashtag shameless plug. Wine Fest, May 3rd, 2 to 5 p.m. Get your tickets online, eealumni.com.
Lovely. Love it.
Morgan Wallen's up there. I've seen Garth Brooks. I love country music. I actually worked security for Sum 41 back in the day. The Facebook memory popped up, and I was like, that's 18-year-old me working stage security for Sum 41 in Kingston, Ontario. No. I've actually done concert security for the Trews and the Bare Naked Ladies as well. So,
very cool.
Yeah. I would definitely say Morgan Wallen's up there. I miss Jelly Roll. He just came to town a couple weeks ago. My music's all over the place. If I'm just chilling and it's a good vibe day, it's country. If I'm working out, it's probably rock and roll or rap. Football games, I had, your big 20, big 30 hit list of all the ones that would just get you right cranked up and in the headspace to hit somebody. Mm-hmm. But day-to-day life is, I'm a country fan.
Don't want to know what you're listening to when you hit Diamond Ferry.
Exactly.
Okay, we can see obviously some amazing things behind you. If you had to say what your one special piece of memorabilia is, what would it be?
All right. Shameless plug. I got 2. I'll go 2. So obviously we got the 2015 Grey Cup helmet here, signed by everybody, and then I have an old Cincinnati Bengals sweater from my rookie year that I got the whole team to sign.
Oh, cool.
So we get the likes of, Geno Atkins, AJ Green, Andy Dalton, Andrew Whitworth, that whole team on there. I've had this since 2011. It's one of my favorite pieces because that was kind of a surreal moment when you go from playing college football to, hey, now I'm getting a paycheck and people are watching me on TV. So that's cool. The fond memories there are probably those two.
Those are amazing.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Just thinking about the memories, obviously with the green and gold, that you had a wonderful relationship just with the community and your teammates, obviously. But what does the EE way mean to you specifically?
I'd say it's when I was a player, and now even just being in the community, retired. It's about doing things the right way when no one's looking. It's easy to be excited about big signings and when things are going your way. But I've been on those teams that were 4-14, and then 2 years later you're on the 14-14, and you really got to dig deep and look inward and be like, where can I get better? It's not pointing the finger. It's not shifting blame. It's looking in the mirror, being like, how can I improve? How can I help us win? And if I'm the problem, how can I solve it? So, my biggest thing is, who are you when no one's looking? Are you putting the shopping cart back when you're at the grocery store? Are you picking up the trash that you might have blown out of your pocket? Are you doing the right thing? And it kind of has a snowball effect. Like it reaches everyone in the community. If you're walking around angry, pissed off, cutting people off in traffic, blasting your horn, you never know who you might affect.
It's good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I am so glad you're here, Maddie. You're going to stick around for some more of the podcast. So let's shift gears for 1 second. And Mike, are you ready for a little hoard and tell?
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this one.
All right.
It's time for hoard and tell. La 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 la.
Oh,
Hat on. I was waiting for the hat.
well, with these on right now, it doesn't quite fit. So,
Oh,
all right.
I guess that's fair enough. All right, let me put you in the spotlight here, super fan, so that everyone can see what you got. Go ahead.
All right. So recently, I've been trying to go through some of the photos that I picked up last November, I think, and just going through some of them. Some of these are just super cool, and I thought I'd share them with you. And we'd start off with some kind of oddball ones. This one I absolutely love.
Ooh.
Fantastic shot of the Knothole gang. Clearly a lovely rainy day. This may or may not be from the final game at Clark Stadium, which was a terribly rainy day against Winnipeg, but the good guys won, so that's what matters. And then a similar kind of thing. Two outstanding teams. Our friend Scott would love that one with the Section X on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
All right, now let's get into some of the teams we love. So let's see if we can name some of these players, shall we?
Shall we?
All right, this one should be easy. Who's the guy with the arms up?
Warren Moon.
There we go. 1980 Grey Cup, obviously getting that touchdown.
Great photo.
We had a lot of great touchdowns in that game. This one should be another easy one versus the Montreal Concorde.
Ooh, Brian Kelly.
Or is this maybe actually, no, this is against the Alouettes. It looks like. So 86.
That's a cool action shot with the ball in the air.
Yeah. Here's a lovely one. It's a little washed out, but a great shot from the 1977 Grey Cup in Montreal.
Ooh,
all right, go ahead. Name those three.
Okay, so we got Dale Potter.
Yep.
Danny Ray Kepley.
There he is.
Oh, come on, Andrew. You're going to tell me this name. I'm going to kick myself.
Initials are TT.
Oh, Tommy Towns.
There he is.
There we go. Yeah, okay.
Well done.
All right. So this one should be another easy one. No, a little further back.
Oh, that looks like one Jack Parker.
Jack Dickerson Parker, absolutely. And a little more recent.
Oh, yeah, I love that shot.
1983. There's the big four.
Yeah. So we got Rolly Miles, Normie Kwong, Jack Parker, and my name is blank, Johnny Bright. There you go.
There it is. It's actually written right on in front of him. So that
helps. That would have helped. I could have just read it, but that was
all right. And who do we love more than anything? There they are.
See, there's the offensive lineman just for Matt. Yeah, there we go. Rod Connip and Blake Marshall.
Nope.
What?
Not Blake Marshall. Wrong Blake.
Blake Dermott. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Blake.
Yeah. That is a good look for Blake for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if there aren't enough, I don't know if we'd be able to get all of these, but there's a few of them there from 1987.
My. I see upside down head.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see the gentleman whose locker is right behind me. And
There he is, Bill
Yeah,
Stevenson.
it's very good. Yeah.
Kermit.
Yes.
Trevor Bowles in the middle.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think some of the ones in the bottom are a little trickier.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, Richardson and Kelvin Powell.
Ooh,
All right. And now the last one. Well, the last big one. There's a tougher one.
Oh my. So that's got Ricky Foggy,
Yep.
Tom Mickey, and
There it
Damon
is.
Allen. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, what a baby he is.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Damon. Oh
Like a
my
high schooler.
gosh.
I know. I mean, he's only been with the team for, 10 years. All right. And a couple of small ones. All right.
Ah, yes, Hector
Oh.
Pache. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going
That
to say,
is
it's
quite-
right in the bottom there.
You will see him at the Wine Fest. Yes. Oh, Neil Lumsden.
There we are.
There you go.
Look,
Damon
now that's
Allen.
a baby.
Oh,
That's a baby.
Oh,
Holy man.
gosh.
And the
Wow.
last one, 1979.
Ooh, Marco Sincar.
Look
That's
at
right.
that hair.
That's
The
their
hair.
awesome hairdo. Holy.
Yeah. He and Jed are going to have a mullet off. It'll be great. Awesome.
Oh, outstanding. Well done, Superfan.
Yeah,
I like
We
this.
said some fun photos just going through them. I just grabbed a stack. I'm like, man, let's see if we can have some fun with these.
We'll get one soon enough that will update to, Matt's years, and then it'll be like, well, you'll hold those up in a couple of years, and I'll be like, Matt O'Donnell, Sorensen.
Yeah. Andrew Jones,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
my old accountant, Brian
Yeah.
Ramsey.
Je suis Gru. Yeah. All those ones. Outstanding. Thank you, Superfan.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the signings from the team. They've had a couple of roster moves in the last few weeks. Right after we recorded the last show, they signed former U of A Bear national defensive back Justin Giustini, who was quite the DB for U of A. So that's kind of a nice pickup. Now we're getting into all of some more camp names. Defensive back Chris Jackson, who was formerly of the Tennessee Titans and the UFL Birmingham Stallions. Wide receiver Benjamin Victor, which I want him to make just so that we make the team so we can say Benjamin.
That's fair.
Good old baby.
6'4" wide receiver. Don't mind those.
Nope.
Oh,
Can't coach height.
Tall guy. Defensive back Rotirius Torrance, which I knew that you would love that name, Superfan.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good Rotirius. And running back Artavius Pierce
See?
was with the Chicago Bears. So we have Rotirius and Artavius. A lot of ESs that we're going for this time. EI? Rotirii Artavii?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
very
We also
Roman Empire.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Empire is suiting, as it might be. Yeah. Global kicker Toshiki Sato also joins in, rejoins Killam, had him in Calgary on the practice roster. He did kick in a couple of games for Toronto, once against us. So having that global backup is kind of nice, being that we've got Cody Grace in there as the global kicker too. So
We've got a few globals and the draft coming up as well. So
absolutely. So this is
tons of
exciting.
Canadians, maybe tons of globals. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the Combine just wrapped up.
Yes, it did.
So, Matt, did you ever do Combine Day, or did you just do like a pro day?
I did both. Yeah, I did the pro day and the CFL Combine day. Believe it or not, I even had a bigger baby face back then.
Oh,
It was in Toronto. Yeah, it was a ton of fun because you get to play, or I guess practice and do the whole circuit, like a 3-day thing with guys that did all-star games with, and guys maybe played the East-West Shrine game with, and the Senior Bowl, or not Senior Bowl, but the Canadian one there, the preliminary one before your fourth year. So you know all those guys, and you're just having fun, and you're one-on-ones, and Skelly, and obviously I'm not running Skelly for obvious reasons, but you hold the ball while I pass the quarterback sometimes. But yeah, it was a good one. It was in Toronto at the Dome there.
Fantastic. Do you remember like getting the interviews? Because I've always heard that the interviews are weird when you have to sit down with teams.
Yeah. Some of them they try to like trigger you by chirping you or calling you out, and you're just like, yeah, okay. Like I got told, try not to say anything inappropriate or respond to them. Like think I only bench pressed 225 like 22 times. So I'm like, oh, you must not take football very seriously. You know, you don't seem to have your heart in it. And I was like, or I just have, the longest arms of anyone in the CFL.
Right. Could be.
Because that 225 test, that really tells you where the best players are,
Yeah, that's that's funny. Yeah, could be because for me to push that up, it's like an extra 6 inches compared to everyone else. That's a bit of a different star. So the combine this time, it sounds like there were some players that made some climbs, some players that made some drops, which does happen. It's going to be hard. I'm curious to see when we start to see both from Marshall Ferguson and from John Hodge the kind of predictions on how things will land. I'm kind of thinking that based on the way that Ed builds teams, I feel like we're going to be seeing there's a really high crop of defensive linemen and defensive backs this year. Yeah. And I think we're going to see one of those go with our first pick, 11th overall. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was a receiver, because there is the odd one that really stood out. There's not many of them, but there is the odd one that stands out. So I think it should be interesting to see how that plays out. And in the second round, third round, I'm guessing they were saying that this year the defense is definitely stronger in comparison, but those O-line guys will be around in that late second, early third round. That will be a good pickup. So I feel like we'll be seeing some of those in there.
And it could be some trades too. So
there could be, yeah, we've had that before for sure. So now the funny thing is that the bigger story coming out of the combine didn't really seem to be about the players on the field. It came through a story of our GM stating that there's no superstars in the CFL. So now, in my opinion, maybe not delivered the right way, but it definitely been taken a lot out of context as to what he actually meant by it. But I'm sure we all have some thoughts on this. Matt, Ed was your GM. Like, he was pretty, from everything that I've heard from former players, is that he's just pretty straight up with everybody. I don't know if, do you take offense to that, or how do you feel about that statement?
Well, obviously he doesn't know any superstars. Like, me and all the guys retired already. So
sure.
It's very true. It's very true. That's got to be it. Yeah.
We had a couple of group chats that got pretty spicy about that. I went back and I read the comment. I think it was misconstrued. It sounds like he's like, I don't know any superstars. Like, I only have one GM's number in my phone. I don't know many GMs. So if I said I don't know any GMs, does that mean there's no GMs in the league? It's just like he likes that. He's straight up. He's going to tell it like it is, but he also likes that yeoman workman mentality where it's like, don't get too big for your britches. You're here to work. There's a reason why, signing a superstar every year hasn't turned the team around. That's why I alluded to it earlier. Not that I'm a GM or a head coach or a scout or anything, but looking at pro football, you win in the trenches. You beef up and win in the trenches. You're going to be at the top tier of the league, and you're going to give yourself a chance to win. You're controlling the line of scrimmage. You're protecting your quarterback. You're getting after their quarterback. But I think it's just him being like, I don't want guys with big heads or attitudes. Like, if they're not going to fit in, like, I remember his opening interviews. Like, a bunch of the alumni were there. All the guys who've either played under him when he was the GM, or they played with him when they won a championship. And it's all the same guys who are like, yep, this is the mentality. It's fit in or get lost.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. Absolutely.
Bring your lunch pail. Yep.
Yep. Come in and do the work. I agree. Superfan, did you have some thoughts on? I have thoughts too, but I want to give everybody a shot. So,
I mean, I can see it from sort of both sides. It's going to be based on a semantic argument, right? Like, what do you define a superstar to be? And I've seen some things online. I don't know if it was Ed or they were attributing it to Ed, that it's someone that transcends the sport. If you go to someone who doesn't know a thing about hockey and say Wayne Gretzky, they know who that is. They don't know a thing about boxing and you say Muhammad Ali, they know who that is. Whereas if you said any of the players currently in the CFL, their names, a lot of people outside of football fans aren't going to know who they are. I don't know. I mean, I think the CFL has gone out of its way to try to make players more relatable over the decades, when I wanted them to be promoting them more as stars, because they're as talented as guys in the NFL are. They maybe just don't, either get the break or don't get that film that the guys are, or just don't fit what the computer mold says they should be. We've had some players that have gone down to the NFL and excelled. And does that make them a superstar? I think it does. But again, that's my definition of a superstar. So if that's the way Ed feels, then he's allowed to his opinion, and I've got mine. I don't think it really was the best venue for it, but that's just me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about your thoughts, Kamish?
Yeah, like honestly, I don't really care. Like like you said, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and everyone knows that Ed Hervey's just going to say it like it is and how he feels in his opinion and the type of team that he wants these guys to reflect as. And I think that's really blue collar team. Everyone's in the same playing field. Like your brothers as a brotherhood, play together, no big egos kind of thing. And I think that's what he wants to structure it around. And like, fair enough. If he wants that, then the players who want that too are going to come on board. Those who want to be superstars can move on and be superstars elsewhere. That's just how it is. So I don't care.
That's fair. That's fair. I kind of went at it with when I first heard it, I was having kind of the same reaction that a lot of online was having, which was like, what do you mean? We have superstar players. Like, why would you say that? And then I know Ed was on the Jason Greger show and he was talking about it with him. And I went back and listened to some of Ed's interviews with David Morley when he came on and after free agency and all those kind of things. And I think you're right, Mike. And it's the definition of a superstar. And in Ed's head, it was exactly what you said. You know, when right now, whether you know hockey or not, if you say Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby, you know what they're related to, right? Mm-hmm. If you say Michael Jordan, you know it's basketball. Like it's just one of those things. And you're right. Outside of the people who know football, if you went and said Dalton Schoen, would
Brady Oliveira even
like right? Yeah. Would people automatically know that that's football, or would they ask, "Can you fill it in?" Because when I listened to the interview from his free agency signing day, he said we were able to get a lot of elite players, and to me, that's a pretty big compliment. And so maybe like you said, Kayla, the superstar mentality is you want to be above the team, and Ed's never going to go for that. So but he still respects the guys that are there and that they're going to be part of the team and that they are elite players in the CFL. And I think that's a huge definition of both sides. So I agree with you, Mike. Maybe the delivery was a bit off, but
and the timing, but
I do think that I do think that there isn't like you said, Matt, all the guys in that room knew exactly what it was from Ed. There's no, like, he doesn't beat around the bush. This is what it is.
And if you want accolades, you should probably go elsewhere too. Yeah,
quite likely. We're here to work, get the job done, go win. That's the job. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that a little bit just because I was like, oh man, that was I tell you, stay off social media for a couple of days and let me recover.
Seriously, I've been off Twitter. I just go on to like repost our stuff, and it's been so great. It's so great.
The keyword block list is a wonderful thing.
Sometimes it doesn't even work anymore. Just staying off entirely is your best option.
Yeah, well, Matt, while we have you here, what do you think about the election? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. We do not get into politics on this show.
Dive here.
Yeah. Matt disappears. Okay, well, that was great having him on.
I have very little social media for a reason. I don't enjoy it very much. I'm a pretty private guy. I like to work in the community, but yeah, when it comes to social media, like I don't have Instagram, no Twitter, no nothing. I'm just no one. I don't even want to know what's in my own head, so people definitely don't know what's in my head.
Very wise. Again, the offensive linemen are the smart ones.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Well, this has been fantastic. Matt, thank you so much for joining us and telling us some stories, filling us in on all the fun and games that you continue to do. Now, this isn't a shameless plug because I'm asking you. Tell us again about the Wine Fest. Where does everybody get their tickets? When is it? And when do they get to see you and drink wine at the same time?
So I'm glad you asked. We're going to have wonderful catering by Sawmill, 50 plus different types of wine to sample. We got an Edmonton Oil King suite. We got Morgan Wallen tickets. We got the weekend tickets. We got golf packages. We got signed swag from the team. We're going to have current players. We're going to have alumni there. eefootballalumni.ca. You can purchase all your tickets online. It's going to be held at the stadium. It's going to be a blast. I go to it every year, and they always get all my money in the silent auction because I'm a sucker for a deal.
Yeah.
But this year I'm help running it, so I should probably stay away from that. And then for your non-wine fans, there's also going to be a beer garden hosted by Molson, so everyone's covered.
Nice.
Sorry, Kayla, no whiskey, but maybe we can sneak in a bottle. We'll see what we can do.
Flask it up.
Yeah, there's no metal detectors, no pat downs. So if you flask it up,
Good. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? That's
Thanks,
right.
Tips.
Yeah. She's all ready to go.
Yep.
Excellent. Before I forget as well, make sure that you're following our friends at Pay It Forward with Football. They are doing great things to spread kindness in the name of the game. So follow our friends there, Pay It Forward with Football, and help to spread kindness as well. Just as we were talking about having no social media, just spread kindness. Just be kind. That's all we need. Yeah.
They're running a bowling event May 10th, and I'll be there. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
There you go. May 10th. Be there with Matt O'Donnell. Yeah.
They have size 16 bowling shoes.
I think I just was it Flintstone it in bare feet and just did it.
Nice.
Okay, that's enough of a reason to go on its own.
Right.
Please go to watch, and somebody bring the sound effect for the exact moment
Yes.
when Matt O'Donnell
Just the
is.
piano.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I see that one if I was there, I would totally film that, put the sound effect in, and put it on TikTok. See, that would be great. That would be funny. It would be okay. I expect that. Quentin and Sam, that's what we need. That'll be a great promotion. All right, where do we find you guys online, Commissioner?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, on Twitter at Duchess Lombardi, if you want to.
If you want. Okay, fair enough. Superfan.
You can find me at 56 Parkies on most socials, and then the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. And you can find me at Freepalicious. So, of course, the show at the Turf District on all of the different social medias. Or if you follow me at Freepalicious, it might be, what tunes I'm playing or what Lego I'm building or
both.
Because Lego is fun.
Oh,
That's wow, that was not good. All right, well, I'll fix it after. It's fine.
it's
like
Lego.
Aston Martin. Yeah, it's a good thing it's not a real one because that would have cost me a
dear.
fortune. Anyway, it's fine. I was very excited about that. Tyler's killing himself laughing right now. Okay, follow me there for all the fun. Check out the store, zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop. Thanks. It's right on the screen. I swear to God, it's like half a beer. That's pretty bad. I'm a little tired today. Anyway, join us there, and also check out Janelle's store, the Chosen Family League store on zazzle.ca.
Yes.
Lots of great stuff there that is going to help support CFL fans fight cancer. We will be back in 2 weeks. Now, we'll do a little bit of overtime this evening because I'm sure there's some other questions we need to get to. Matt, you don't have to stay for overtime. I know. I want to.
You got two little ones.
Yeah. As long as I can give a shout out to my really good friend and his daughter, my best super fans my whole career, Dave and Danica Busey. Wouldn't be here without them. And sadly, Dave, I think Mike's got you beat on the EE swag collection, but
half of it's from him. Yeah, half of this stuff's from him, so it's okay.
That's outstanding. We'll jump into overtime here in a minute. We will be back in a couple of weeks with more guests to set us up and get ready for training camp. Very exciting for that. And before we go, Here is the little teaser that I have. If you look right over by one Matt O'Donnell, this new logo, other way, yeah,
Still the other way.
still the other way. Okay, there we go. It's lovely. There we go. Perfect. That one right there
Bravo.
is.
Oh, it's flipped on my screen.
It is. It's oh, neat. Okay. It is. That is one of the new logos that will be going on a T-shirt very soon. If you've been with the podcast for a number of years, you know what that means. And so, if you know,
Ask
you
Cliffy.
know. Exactly. Or ask Cliffy D. Exactly. So thank you, Cliffy, for the fun and games on that. And that will be coming out on a T-shirt very soon. So it will be back in 2 weeks for Matt O'Donnell, Commissioner K, and Superfan Mike. I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you in 2 weeks. Well, I guess we could just go to overtime quickly. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do.
Don't go anywhere. It's overtime.
Yeah, see, it's preseason for us too. It's been a while since we've done overtime. I totally missed hitting the loop. Maddie, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I can still hang around. The kids still haven't come crashing through the door yet, so I'm playing.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, then that's it. Then welcome to overtime. That's
Okay.
this is where we just hang out and take some questions from all of the gang that are online, and then so we will we can just hang out and take some questions there, and then we build off of it as we chat. But this is just open chat. It's fun. So
Yeah.
excellent. All right.
Speaking of OT, I was actually watching a game. Some of us might remember Edmonton was playing BC at Empire Field in 2010, and someone had talked about the running game. And if I told you that Ricky Ray had 135 yards rushing in that game, you might think I'm a liar, but no, sure enough, 130, including a 45-yard touchdown run.
Oh.
I would have guessed that it was much larger, like one single run for like 90 yards. Like the entire defense did on the fake, 4 of them fell down.
Yeah.
Everyone was
laughing.
Yeah. Everyone's like, he can run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ran like a wounded deer. It was
It was
Daniel Porter had
nothing like a
171.
good Richard Ray stat for us.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Porter had 171 yards for us, and then Ricky Ray did 135. 300 yards with those two guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks to Will from the Argo fans for reminding me of that game. So, all right, let's get on here. We talked about it briefly, but Leanne wants to know, when is the CFL draft again?
It is in early May.
April 29th.
Oh, all right. Well, and it's not in early.
It's in late April. Very close.
Wonderful. Well, it's just right on time then. That's perfect. I had planned to do a podcast that night. We might need to move that because I didn't look up that date. But okay, well,
we'll figure it out.
Figure that out. I leave the morning of the 30th, so it should be, yeah.
I'll be fine.
Oh, I can stay up late. I'll just stay up the whole night. It'll be fine. It's
right. Like old times.
You don't need sleep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sleeps for the week.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about having good sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Leanne was talking about, of course, the Ed Hervey comments. GM Ed Hervey is not wrong. Timing could have been better. However, I think we have more important things to focus on, like getting a new commissioner, perhaps.
Yeah, that is an important one for sure. I don't know. Not a new commissioner, Kayla. Just to.
I was going to say, where you guys are booting her out. She's right there.
No, not a new
Dude,
commissioner.
she's
Is this
right
because
there.
the light issue? Is this because the light?
Yeah. Brand new
light issue.
information.
Just because she's coming to us live from the 2013 Super Bowl in New Orleans, like
Exactly.
I am a time traveler. Didn't you know?
It's not
It is.
surprising.
Yeah.
I think we did mean a new CFL commissioner. But,
Oh, that's right.
yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
Blake does say that Randy just might start the season.
Yeah, it might. I don't like, I haven't heard any kind of rumor. I thought something might come out of the combine with all the different, coaches and reporters and everybody there. We might hear something, but nothing came out. So, yes, awful quiet, as Ken says, regarding a new commissioner. There you go, Maddie. There's a job for you. You can just be the commissioner.
My vote's for Brian Ramsey.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
I like it.
But he is still with the PA right now, is he not? Or did he?
I think he moved. He's with the NHLPA now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well then. I think there you go. That'd be all right. He could come in. Yeah, nothing like linemen running the league, right, Matt?
Exactly. We're the most level-headed.
That's right. And if we're getting rid of our commissioner, I mean, she does have an open seat on the flight deck. So there you go.
Wow. We are not doing that. So
That's right. Not even a straight up trade.
Although I will say, I do have to say thank you to Cliffy and Tim, because I was out in Montreal and we went out for a night to. I was in a bar and watching the Montreal Canadiens play with a French play-by-play. So it was very interesting. Totally something I'd never been able to experience. And then at 11:30 or quarter to 12 at night, Tim and Cliffy drove me to Percival Molson Stadium so that I could go and walk up by you could walk in like under the big sign and basically stand at field level and see what it all looked like. And I had never been there, so that was super cool. And I really appreciate them taking the time to do that. So thanks, boys. It was very, very great visit. And I feel spoiled to be able to have gone and seen that.
We all got to go to a game one day.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Kayla keeps saying it. We got to go there. So
you gotta.
Yeah.
So I put the picture in our chat just so that Kayla could be like, know that I was there. So.
But were you?
I was.
You should have been in the photo, because then that would have been more believable.
Oh.
But then I'd be like, Photoshop.
Well, doesn't the team run that like package where you can like go with the team to the away game and they put up the hotel? And
if they actually did that where you could buy it, I would do it at least once. Like, because that would be so cool. Like, did you ever have that, Matt, as a player, like where fans got to go on the plane?
No, but I thought after I retired, they had like some sort of like VIP package for like 2 people per away game could buy it and go on the.
Yeah.
It was a points thing, I think.
Oh, yes, it was a points thing. Yeah. And it was also then I know they auctioned one off at one point, I think, or they did a draw on like Fan Appreciation Day for them to do that the next year.
You know what you could do? You could go to the wine fest, and see if they have one of those for auction. You never know.
Well, I mean,
you don't know until you go.
That correct. How would you ever know? I mean, now Wine Fest. Tell us about this again. Where do we get all of the information?
eefootballalumni.ca. 50 plus types of wine, catered hors d'oeuvres, amazing silent auctions. Steal all the golf packages so I don't go slice them into the woods. It's for a great cause. It goes to our community fund and our player support fund. All proceeds go to that. Same with the proceeds from our Jackie Parker, which we just had our first meeting for tonight. We're running again this year, September 4th. So if you're a horrible golfer like me, look for the entry coming out here probably in May.
That's outstanding. Awesome. Look at that. See, that's
this guy.
There we go. That guy.
That is such a great photo.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, we need more pictures like that. Yeah. I think we should send that to Jake Julian and say, "Can you take a picture just like this for us?"
Or Trey Ford, because that's our quarterback. So yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Hey Trey, when the quarterback's in the 50s, they did this. Can you
Great thing about all the wine fests I've been to is all the alumni that are there. And you get a chance to, try some wine, have some beer, and get to talk to these guys about their time, just like we're doing now. It's a phenomenal time.
That's the good news about, I invited a bunch of guys I played with back in the day, Tanner Green, his wife, Jake Seresna, his wife, David Beard, his wife. They're
Nice.
For the most part, they're attending. And like Mikey said, there's going to be, at least a dozen to 2 dozen alumni there. So
Yeah.
plenty of chances to get autographs, pick our brain, and ask us, those questions that stump us.
Those odd questions.
Yeah.
Those ones like, what's the most odd football question you've ever had? Yeah.
Right.
You'll have time to
Leanne.
think about it. Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
that's
That was
coming.
Leanne's. Yeah. Perfect.
All right. So Quentin Eberts was in the chat and says, we appreciate the shout out, gang. So forward with football. That's family, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Ken is talking again about the flights with the team. Perhaps the team should test the waters as how many people might want to travel to an away game with the team.
Yeah. Like I said, I would do it at least once.
Yeah.
Like,
I know they did it in the 90s when we had the American teams. Paul Reckner talks about going to Las Vegas.
oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or was supposed to go to Las Vegas, except then they moved the game to Commonwealth.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. It is the only time Edmonton's played an away game at Commonwealth. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we didn't get to go down and hear the Christmas tree version of
No,
Canada?
sadly
Canada?
not.
Oh, all right. Well, it'll live on YouTube forever.
Yep, exactly. So Leanne was saying, as long as you're talking about some sort of whiskey fest, whiskey jello shots. I know a girl.
In.
This is starting to sound like parking lot B of the tailgate. Familiar.
Yeah.
I see no problems with this at all.
Nope. No arguments.
No, exactly. Carlene's got a question for Matt. Wants to know if Matt had any O-line superheroes or superstars maybe you looked up to.
Oh, yeah. There's always first was my older brother, Sean. He was 5 years older than me, so he played at Queens before I played there and then graduated. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play together just because the years didn't match up, but he was my hero, in the offensive line world. Then going pro, my stall was right next to Andrew Whitworth. Some of you guys may know him. Wow. He's a huge presence online now. But back then, he took me under his wing, taught me how to be a pro. I got a great picture from my first training camp there showing me proper hand placement on how to control the body of the defender because my elbows were flared and, it was just bad technique. And I still keep that one, but, he was an all-star. He was the pillar of the team. And, I was just some undrafted kid out of Canada. He didn't have to, teach me or, take the time of day to even say hello to me, but, he was humble. He helped me out. He coached me up, and I'll always be thankful for that.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's a great one.
Cliffy says at 6'11", who's he looking up to? Shaq?
Well done.
There's actually a restaurant in California where if you're taller than the chef, your meal is free.
Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's 7'2". So
we know the cutoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
right.
wear some lifts and head on down.
Perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Chris wants to say, redraft combine talk. Did anyone see the 40 time by U of A's Ope and Oshinubi?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oshinubi. Yes. I did read about it that he did have a standout 40 time. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I did hear that he had a good time.
Even faster than yours.
Well, any of them were faster than because as you have said before, mine gets measured by sundial. So
yeah, exactly.
It's about where we're at. Yeah. Especially now with this stupid knee problem. I barely move
good
around.
To have an excuse.
Matt, you probably know nothing of that. Knee problems? You don't have
I'm aggressively approaching them, trust me.
Yeah,
I got
I was pretty stalwart in the career, but 2019 I got rolled up on. That was the MCL. So
not good. Not good. Yeah.
Oh God. Nope. All right. Blake wants to know, Andrew, have you done your draft prep yet?
Oh, yeah. So thanks, Blake. Obviously not. But yes, our good friends at the Canadian Football Fanatics. Last year, I joined in for us to do a draft prep show. We drafted 3 rounds of guys, and we had somebody from each team making the pick for their team. I am said that I would be part of it again this year. I will do some prep before I actually get there, but it is definitely be a massive crapshoot because I'll only have 2. So tune in because you'll hear less of me. That would be the way that that's the good reason to be on there. But I will throw out some draft picks and see what happens.
Awesome. All right. Question from someone that's calling himself Dave Busey wants to know, hey, Matt, who is the toughest lineman you ever lined up against?
I'm so lucky he was on my team for the majority of my career. That would be Mr. Armando Sewell.
Yeah.
Great motor, strongest player I ever played against. I've seen him toss many grown men on the ground like they were little children. He was hardworking, huge motor, super strong, great dude in the locker room, humble, quiet. Great dude to go to battle against, and I was thankful that we always had one of the best D lines to go against because it made game day easier.
Iron
I
sharpens
bet.
iron.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember a few training camps seeing Armando and Justin go nose to nose. That was always a terrifying moment.
Our say the least.
Yeah, exactly. Our good friend Kobe Godwin is here from Whitehorse. Is saying my favorite piece of Elks trivia during Matt's time, the Elks O-line was taller than the starting lineup of the Golden State Warriors. Between you, Justin, Brian Ramsey, that was a
word.
That was a big line. Yeah, there's a lot of tall dudes on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And who was throwing the ball behind you that had to try and see through the trees?
Yeah.
I don't forget, it was a guy who kept running around all the time instead of staying back there and throwing. Good old Mike Riley, him and I. One time put mushrooms on my plate, and that game I gave up the sack just to teach him a lesson. So
that'll never happen.
Joke's on you, Mike.
Yeah, that's. Now wait, on this show, because we've had Odell on, I believe his name is Trigger Mike Riley, if I remember correctly. Right. I think that's how we're supposed to call him. Yeah.
The O-line, we just called him Xerxes, so you know.
Xerxes. Outstanding.
Is that because he ran around a lot, or is that because? No. All right. Check it.
All right. What else we got? Tyler was paying attention and did say Andrew made the blooper reel.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent. Yeah.
And if we have the sound effects ready, insert the prices right.
Yeah, I know. I did a really good number on it too. That was pretty. It's pretty good. No, I'll be. It's okay. It's all fixable. That's why Lego is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw you all. It's gonna be great.
That's gonna make Instagram reels for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan 2019 wants to know if everyone's being told to buy Canadian, will that help the CFL? Sure, why not?
I hope so. I mean, why not? I mean, it's good to support something that's Canadian. So
100%.
I like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I already bought my tickets, so pretty safe to say that they're good that way. But yeah, maybe people will be taking their sports dollars and go towards something that's more local, right? So, never know.
The only major sports league that's 100% Canadian.
Correct. Yeah. They all play in Canadian cities. Actually, I got to give the Hamilton Tiger Cats props for that. They put out a post on Instagram that was like fresh announcement or something. We will only play Canadian teams this year.
That's fair.
It was really, really well done, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a good way to play it, and not negative. Like I think that's what I liked about it, was that it was funny, but it was also just like a kind of a positive spin on everything that's going on. So I appreciated that for sure.
Yeah, no slight to some of the other leagues out there, CEBL and the lacrosse and everything else, just of the big major leagues for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I'm still picking up pieces of Lego off the floor.
I'm like, pick them up now. Don't step on them.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm picking them up. I know how this goes. Yeah, exactly. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've had enough of that other experience to know better.
3 kids, lots of Lego. Well, it never
Weird.
happens.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Exactly. All right, I think that's kind of coming to the end there.
That's the end. Wow, that was earlier than usual.
It is.
Because usually we have a whole bunch, but I'm glad that it was, that's good.
Oh.
We want to make sure that Matt gets off before his kids come crashing through the door.
Well, there's one final question from Big Fan that it's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Should the Edmonton Elks come up with the professional programs and collector cups? Oh, even programs or maybe a lineup sheet like, oh, look at these beauties, eh?
Look at those beauties.
Look at those autographs. Some of those will be at the Wine Fest, so be there.
Oh, yes. Brian Kelly,
Tom
Wilkinson, Hector Potier.
Nope.
No.
Tom Towns, Dale Potter.
Dale Potter. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
1981.
Collector cups be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had several.
Yeah, Mike has like 16 of them. So
probably
from the past. But yeah, no, I think they totally should do that.
Bring them back.
Bring back collector cups.
Sunday helmets
programs. Sunday helmets. What the hell?
What
is
are those?
Helmets that used to have ice cream sundaes in them from Dairy
Queen. I thought you meant like the day
Sunday AE.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, AE Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Only got them on a Sunday.
Completely repaired.
If you would have dropped it again, I would have howled.
Yeah, I know. I would have laughed too, but it's completely repaired. Completely
Excellent.
repaired, ready to go. Safety car is all set. Yeah.
Excellent.
The best part is that I dropped the safety car. That's the part that's really funny. Yeah. So excellent. Well, thank you again, Matt, for coming on. It's been a joy to have you on and have some great conversation. I look forward to I would say I look forward to seeing you at the Wine Fest, but I am going to be on the East Coast at that particular time.
I'll be there.
Mike will be there. Kamish will be there sneaking her whiskey in. And I'm sure lots of people who are here will be joining us, will be there to see you. So thank you again. And for one last time, please tell everybody where they can be part of the Edmonton Alumni Wine Fest.
All the tickets available online on our website, eealumnifootball.ca. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. # last shameless plug.
Well played. Well played.
Very well played.
Kamish, super fan. We already told everybody where they can find us, so we'll just go with that. We will be back in 2 weeks, and we are hoping, like I said, to bring on yet another guest to get us all prepared for the training camp season. So make sure you join us in 2 weeks' time. And for Matt O'Donnell, Superfan Mike, and Commissioner Kayla, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you in 2 weeks.